Welcome to my channel English Achievement. If you like my video, please like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have you ever woken up in the morning, checked the time, and felt your heart sink? Maybe it was already 9 o'clock a.m., 10 a.m., or even later. And the moment you looked at the clock, you felt a strange mix of panic and disappointment inside you. You thought, why do I always start late? Why do I keep wasting my mornings? Why can't I manage my time like successful people do? Let me tell you something interesting. Before we begin, most people lose their entire day in the first 2 hours of the morning. Not because they are lazy, not because they have no goals, but because they have no morning discipline and no time structure. And here is the shocking truth. If you win your morning, you win your life. If you don't control the first few hours of your day, then the rest of the day will control you. Today, I'm begging you, yes, begging you to learn how to manage your time. Not because it makes you productive, not because it makes you successful, but because good time management will give you peace, clarity, and confidence. The 3 things you have always been searching for. This lesson is not about waking up at 4 a.m. or following someone else's perfect routine. It's about building a life where you complete your most important work before 10 a.m. Because when you learn this habit, your life will change in ways you never imagined. So sit back, relax, and listen carefully. This might be the single most important lesson you ever learn about your day, your goals, and your future. The morning that controls the day. Think about a normal morning for most people, and you will notice something surprising. The morning is the time when many lives silently fall apart. Every day begins the same way. Someone wakes up without energy, already feeling tired even though the day has just started. Their eyes open, but instead of sitting up with purpose, their hand reaches for their phone. The world enters their mind before they even take their first real breath. They check their notifications. They scroll through social media. They watch random videos. They read messages that do not matter. And they reply to conversations that add nothing to their life. 10 minutes pass. Then 15, then 20. But because the phone keeps giving small hits of distraction, they don't notice how quickly the morning is slipping away. They sit on the bed but don't stand up. They stand up but don't move. Their body wakes up but their mind stays half asleep. They tell themselves, I'll start in 5 minutes. It feels innocent, harmless, like a small delay that won't really change anything. But 5 minutes becomes 20. 20 becomes 40. Before they know it, half of the morning has disappeared, leaving nothing behind. Not progress, not clarity, not purpose. Only guilt. And guilt is heavy. It sits on the mind like a dark cloud. When guilt arrives, motivation slowly begins to die. You know the feeling, that slow loss of energy, the sense that the day is already ruined, the belief that starting now is pointless because you've wasted too much time. And once motivation dies, the whole day collapses. What could have been a productive, peaceful, focused morning turns into a stressful, rushed, unfocused afternoon. One small delay in the morning becomes a chain reaction that destroys the entire day. Most people do not fail at life because they do not work hard. Many people work hard. Many people struggle. Many people try. But trying is not enough when your day starts late. Most people fail because they start late. Late in the morning. Late in their goals. Late in their decisions. Late in their life. Successful people understand one simple rule. The earlier you start your day, the more power you have over your time. Not because the morning is magical, but because the morning is quiet. Your mind is clearer. Your environment is calmer. Your energy is naturally higher. No one is calling you. No one is disturbing you. This is the time when the world is silent and you can hear your own thoughts. Your morning is like the captain of your ship. If the captain is weak, distracted, and unfocused, the ship drifts with the waves going nowhere. But if the captain is strong, alert, and intentional, the ship reaches its destination with confidence. This is why your life cannot change until your mornings change. If you win your morning, you win your day. And if you win your day, you win your life. Why 10 a.m. is a powerful deadline. You might be wondering, why 10 a.m.? What's so special about that time? It sounds simple, almost too simple. But this single idea can completely transform the way you experience your days, your goals, and your life. Between 5 o'clock a.m. and 10 a.m., something powerful happens inside you and around you. The world becomes quieter. Your mind becomes clearer. Your attention becomes sharper. These early hours are calm and clean, untouched by noise, stress, or other people's demands. In fact, the 5 hours between 5 a.m. and 10 a.m. are worth more than the next 10 hours combined. Not because time changes, but because you change in the early morning. During these hours, no one is texting you, no one is calling. Social media is slow. Notifications are silent. The world outside is still half asleep. And this silence creates space. Space for your thoughts, your goals, your focus, and your growth. Your brain is fresh after rest. Your willpower is naturally stronger in the morning because you haven't used it up yet on decisions, conversations, or distractions. This is the time when your mind can think deeply, when your emotions are calmer, and when you can actually hear yourself without the world interrupting. But after 10 a.m., everything changes. Life becomes noisy and demanding. People need your time. Work needs your attention. Home asks for your energy. Messages start coming in. Notifications begin to pull at you. Emails pile up. The world wakes up and begins knocking at your attention again and again. Problems start appearing. Small ones, big ones, urgent ones. Distractions multiply and your brain starts feeling heavier and more tired. As the hours pass, your willpower decreases, your focus becomes weaker, and your mental strength slowly drops. This is why 10 o'clock a.m. is such a powerful psychological deadline. It marks the moment before the world takes over your day. So imagine this simple but life-changing idea. If you finish your most important tasks before 10 a.m., your entire day becomes easier. You walk into the afternoon feeling confident instead of stressed. You walk into the evening feeling peaceful instead of guilty. And when you go to sleep at night, you feel proud instead of disappointed. Getting important work done early doesn't just make you productive. It makes you emotionally stronger. It gives you a sense of control. It proves to your mind that you keep your promises. It builds self-respect. It improves discipline. It deepens focus. It strengthens your mental health. It boosts your motivation. And it makes your life feel lighter, clearer, and more meaningful. This one habit, finishing your key tasks before 10 a.m. can transform your happiness, your success, your discipline, your health, and the way you see yourself. Because when you win the morning, you win the day. And when you win the day, you win your life. Emotional power of early completion. Imagine waking up at 6 a.m. Not rushing, not stressed, but calm, clear, and ready. The world outside is still quiet, and the morning air feels fresh and full of possibility. By the time the clock reaches 10 a.m., you have already exercised, strengthened your body, and awakened your energy. You have meditated or prayed, bringing peace to your mind and grounding your emotions. You have cleaned your thoughts from fear, worry, and confusion. You have planned your day with clarity instead of chaos. You have worked on your personal goal, the dream you usually avoid. You have studied something important that pushes your mind to grow. You have finished a big task that normally takes hours. You have taken care of responsibilities that would have stressed you later in the day. And now it's only 10 o'clock a.m. and you have already accomplished more than most people do in an entire day. This feeling is powerful. It is emotional, psychological, and deeply personal. It builds confidence like nothing else can. When you complete meaningful work early in the morning, you start walking differently. Your shoulders lift. Your steps feel lighter. You move with purpose instead of pressure. You talk differently too, with more certainty, more strength, more calmness. You begin to believe in yourself again. And that self-belief becomes your fuel. Finishing important work early transforms how you feel inside. You become calmer because you are no longer rushing or worrying about unfinished tasks. You become stronger because you prove to yourself that you can take control of your life. You become more focused because your mind has direction. You become more motivated because progress creates momentum. You become more disciplined because you develop the habit of doing hard things early. You become more in control because your day no longer controls you. Your life begins to feel like it is actually moving forward instead of staying stuck in the same place. You start experiencing small victories, and these victories add up. You stop feeling behind. You stop feeling guilty. You stop feeling like time is slipping away from you. Instead, you begin to feel proud. Proud of your effort, proud of your progress, proud of the person you are becoming. And do you know the best part? You start respecting yourself. Deep down, every human being knows when they are wasting time. We can hide it from others, but we cannot hide it from ourselves. And deep down, every human being wants to feel proud of themselves, proud of their work, proud of their growth, proud of their discipline. Finishing your work before 10 a.m. gives you that pride. It gives you the emotional strength that only comes from knowing you are living your day with purpose, power, and respect for your own potential. The biggest enemy of your morning: distraction. If you truly want to understand why your mornings fail again and again, you must look closely at the real enemy. Many people blame laziness. They say, "I'm just not motivated," or "I don't have enough discipline." But these are not your biggest obstacles. The real enemy of your morning, the silent force that destroys your focus before the day even begins, is distraction. And among all distractions, the most dangerous one is the device you carry everywhere, your phone. The moment you check your phone in the morning, you invite the entire world into your mind. You allow hundreds of voices, images, notifications, opinions, and noises to rush into your brain before you even take your first step of the day. Instead of waking up with clarity, you wake up with chaos. And once the world enters your mind, you lose control of your day without even noticing it. Your thoughts start running in 10 different directions. Your emotions react to things that are not even part of your real life. Your attention becomes scattered before you even brush your teeth. You start reacting instead of creating. You start scrolling instead of working. You start consuming instead of building. You start comparing your life to others instead of growing your own. The phone pulls your mind into a loop of noise, information, and distraction. And by the time you look up from the screen, 20 minutes are gone, then 40, then an hour. And what have you accomplished? Nothing meaningful. Your mind becomes busy without actually doing anything. You feel mentally tired, but physically you haven't even started your day. This is why your mornings feel weak. This is why your goals feel heavy. This is why your motivation disappears so quickly. You are not losing to laziness. You are losing to distraction. But there is one powerful rule that can change everything. Do not touch your phone for the first hour after you wake up. 1 hour, 60 minutes of pure clarity, silence, and focus before the world enters your mind. This one rule gives your brain the space it needs to think, to plan, to breathe, to dream, and to begin the day with intention. Try it for just 1 week. 1 simple week, and watch how your mornings transform. You will feel calmer. Your mind will become clearer. Your focus will sharpen. Your productivity will rise. Your sense of control will return. That first hour in the morning is not just a habit. It is the foundation of a strong, successful, disciplined life. When you protect your morning from distraction, you protect your dreams from being stolen by noise. And once you win that first hour, you begin to win your entire day. The 5 rules of a powerful morning. If you want to complete everything before 10 a.m., you don't need a complicated routine, a strict schedule, or a life full of rules. What you need is a simple structure that protects your focus, your energy, and your clarity. The secret of successful mornings is not about waking up impossibly early or following someone else's blueprint. It's about creating a few powerful habits that guide your first hours with purpose. Here are 5 rules that, when followed consistently, can change the way you live, the way you work, and the way you feel every day. Rule 1. Wake up with purpose, not pressure. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. like billionaires. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. like entrepreneurs. What matters is waking up early enough to protect your first few hours before the world demands your attention. When you open your eyes, do it with intention, with clarity, and with a plan. Say to yourself, "Today I control my day." This simple statement shifts your mindset from reacting to creating. It reminds your brain that you are in charge, that you decide what happens in your day, and that you are not a victim of circumstances. Waking up with purpose changes your energy, your focus, and your confidence from the very first moment. Rule 2. Move your body before anything else. You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. You don't need a trainer. You just need to move. Why? Because movement wakes up your brain. It increases motivation. It strengthens discipline. It energizes your body for the day ahead. Even a simple 10 to 15 minutes of walking, stretching, or light exercise can completely change your morning. The act of moving reminds your body that it is alive, that it is capable, and that it is ready to accomplish important things. Movement is the bridge between waking up and actually starting your day with power. Rule 3. Feed your mind before the world enters. Your morning mind is like soft clay. It will take the shape of whatever you put into it. So feed it wisely. Read something inspiring. Listen to something educational. Pray or meditate. Journal. Sit in silence and reflect. The first thoughts of the day determine the quality of every moment that follows. If you feed your mind with negativity or distractions, your day will follow the same path. But if you feed it with something powerful, uplifting, and meaningful, you create a foundation for focus, energy, and growth. Rule 4. Do your hardest task first. This is the heart of the everything done by 10 a.m. habit. Take the most important task of the day, the one that moves your life forward, and finish it before 10 o'clock a.m. Not the easy task, not the quick task, not the comfortable task, the meaningful task. Doing the hard work first builds confidence, sharpens focus, and sets momentum for everything else you do. Make this a habit for 30 days and you will notice a transformation in your productivity and self-belief. Rule 5. Avoid people and negativity until you finish. Protect your morning from arguments, gossip, negative people, time-wasting conversations, and useless opinions. These distractions can destroy focus in seconds and steal the energy you need for your most important work. Treat your quiet morning like the most valuable treasure in your life, because it truly is. By keeping your first hours free from external noise, you strengthen your mind, safeguard your energy, and build the mental discipline necessary to achieve your goals. Follow these 5 rules consistently and your mornings will no longer control you. You will control your mornings. And when you control your mornings, you control your day, your energy, your confidence, and ultimately your life. What happens when you master this habit? When you learn to finish your most important work before 10 a.m., something incredible happens. Your entire life begins to transform. It is not just about productivity or checking tasks off a list. It is about the way you feel, the way you think, and the way you move through the world. The moment you take control of your mornings, you take control of your life. First, your stress disappears. You wake up knowing that by the time most people are just starting their day, you have already accomplished meaningful work. That sense of accomplishment acts like armor for your mind. Challenges that would normally feel overwhelming suddenly feel manageable because you are not starting from zero. You walk through your day with calmness and confidence, knowing that you are ahead instead of behind. Stress fades because you are no longer chasing time. You are leading it. Second, your goals move faster. Completing important tasks early gives you the momentum to attack your ambitions with a clear, fresh mind. You are not drained by distractions or exhausted by decision fatigue. You approach your projects, your studies, or your personal goals with energy, creativity, and focus. When you consistently start early, you begin to see measurable progress in ways you never experienced before. Your dreams no longer feel distant. They begin to feel inevitable. Third, your self-discipline becomes stronger. Morning success is contagious when you push yourself to do the hard, meaningful work first. It sets a standard for the rest of your day. Every task afterward becomes easier because your mind has already proven that it can act with focus and determination. This creates a ripple effect. Success in the morning breeds success in the afternoon, evening, and beyond. You start to trust yourself, and self-trust is the foundation of discipline. Fourth, you stop procrastinating. Starting your day early, taking control, and finishing important work before distractions arrive teaches your brain a new pattern. Starting late is replaced by starting early. Delaying is replaced by taking action. You no longer wait for motivation or the perfect moment. You create momentum that carries through the entire day. Fifth, you sleep better. At night you feel satisfied instead of guilty. There is no mental checklist haunting you, no tasks left undone weighing on your mind. Your body relaxes. Your mind rests. Your sleep is deep and restorative. Because your day ends with accomplishment, not regret. Sixth, you gain more free time by finishing important work early. Your afternoons and evenings feel lighter, freer, and more flexible. You can spend time with family, pursue hobbies, or simply rest without guilt. The freedom comes from control, and control comes from your morning habits. Finally, you feel in control. This is the most powerful benefit. When you control your morning, you control your day. When you control your day, you control your life. Mastering this habit is not about waking up early for the sake of waking up. It is about taking ownership of your time, your energy, and your purpose. Once you experience the power of early accomplishment, you will never look at your mornings or your life the same way again. The story of two lives. Let me show you something powerful. Imagine two versions of yourself, two different paths that your life could take, and how the simple choice of how you start your morning can change everything. Version A, the late starter. You wake up late, already feeling behind before the day begins. The first thing you do is check your phone, letting messages, notifications, and social media steal your focus. You feel slow, tired, guilty, and unprepared. Breakfast is rushed if it happens at all. Work starts late, your mind is scattered, and every task feels heavier than it should. Hours slip by without real progress. You finish your day exhausted, but not satisfied, and then you go to sleep late, carrying guilt and unfinished work into tomorrow. The cycle repeats day after day. Each day feels the same, heavy, draining, and wasted. This version of you is not bad. This version is not weak. This version is simply lost, wandering through life without a plan, without focus, without control over time or energy. Version B, the early achiever. You wake up early before distractions arrive. You move your body, waking up energy, strength, and vitality. You feed your mind with something powerful. Reading, journaling, meditation, or planning. You work on meaningful tasks that move your life forward. By the time the world starts to wake, you have already accomplished what most people won't achieve all day. Before 10 a.m., you are proud of yourself. Your energy is higher. Your focus is sharper. Your confidence is stronger. Your day feels lighter, easier, and more fulfilling. This version of you is powerful. This version of you is unstoppable. This version is not defined by luck, circumstances, or external approval. This version is the real you. The version capable of creating the life you want, achieving goals you thought were far away, and living with pride, purpose, and control. The choice between version A and version B is simple. It begins with your morning. It begins with a decision to take control of your first hours. And that decision can change everything. The truth you must remember. Here is the truth you must remember if you want to transform your life. You don't need talent to take control of your mornings. You don't need luck to wake up early and do the hard work first. You don't need money to plan your day or build powerful habits. You don't need a special routine, a perfect strategy, or a life that is already aligned with your goals. All you need is a strong morning. That's it. Your life begins to change the moment your mornings change. And your mornings change the moment you make the conscious decision to take control. Understand this. Breaking old habits will take time. You will not become a morning achiever overnight. Stopping the routines that hold you back, like checking your phone immediately or starting work late, will feel difficult at first. Building new habits. Waking up early, moving your body, feeding your mind, finishing your most important work before the world wakes will feel uncomfortable. It will feel strange, like you are forcing yourself to act against your natural rhythm. You will fail sometimes. You will feel lazy sometimes. You will slip back into old patterns, and some mornings will feel wasted. That is normal. That is part of growth. That is part of becoming someone who respects their own time and potential. But here is the power. Every morning is a new chance. Every sunrise is a new beginning. No matter how poorly yesterday went, no matter how late you woke, no matter how many distractions stole your focus, today is different. Today is an opportunity to start again, to reclaim your time, to act with intention. Every day is a fresh start. The past cannot control your present unless you let it. You have the ability to decide what your day will be before it even begins. So remember this truth. Life does not wait for perfect conditions, and success does not wait for ideal circumstances. Life responds to action. Life rewards those who show up consistently, who take control of their mornings, and who do what matters before distractions arrive. Talent, luck, money, or fancy plans may help, but none of them are necessary. What is necessary is this. You take your mornings seriously. You decide to act. You decide to protect your first hours. You decide that your day, your progress, and your life are worth the effort. Because when you master your mornings, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Imagine your life 6 months from now. Imagine your life 6 months from now. If you commit to working on yourself every morning before 10 a.m., imagine what would happen if you consistently took control of your mornings, protected your focus, and finished your most important work early. 6 months may feel like a long time, but it is also short enough to start seeing real transformation if you take the first step today. In just half a year, the small, consistent actions you take in the morning will compound into massive changes in your health, your mind, and your life. Your health will improve because your body is active in the morning. Your mind is calm and your energy is consistent throughout the day. You will no longer feel sluggish or drained by the afternoon. The simple act of moving your body, Stretching or exercising in the first hours of the day builds strength, stamina, and vitality that you never thought you had. Your energy will increase, and every task will feel easier because your body is alive, strong, and ready to act. Your mind will become calm because mornings free from distractions train your brain to focus and think clearly. No longer will you start your day overwhelmed by notifications, messages, or endless social media scrolling. Instead, your thoughts will be intentional. Your decisions will be deliberate, and your emotions will feel balanced. Calmness creates clarity, and clarity allows you to see what matters most in life. Your focus will sharpen because when you do your most important work early, you build a habit of concentration that carries throughout the day. Goals that used to feel distant or impossible will now feel achievable. Your confidence will rise because completing meaningful work consistently proves to yourself that you are capable. You will start trusting your ability to take action, to follow through, and to make your days count. Your self-respect will return because you are no longer wasting time. You are no longer at the mercy of distractions or excuses. You will see results in your personal growth, your career, and your daily accomplishments. Your future will open before you because habits built today create opportunities tomorrow. Problems that once felt huge will shrink because your mind and energy are prepared to handle them. In 6 months, you will become a new version of yourself, disciplined, strong, confident, and proud. Your family will notice the change. Your friends will notice it. Your coworkers will notice it. But most importantly, you will notice it. You will feel the satisfaction of knowing that you are building the life you want. Life will start to feel better because you feel better. Life starts to improve when you improve. And it all begins in the morning before 10 a.m. with the simple decision to take control, act with purpose, and prioritize yourself. 6 months from now, you could look back and see a completely transformed life if you start today. A final message to you. I'm not asking you to wake up at 5 a.m. I'm not asking you to follow a strict, impossible schedule. I'm not asking you to become a robot or live a life without flexibility, joy, or freedom. All I'm asking you to do is one simple but powerful thing. Take your mornings seriously. Use them wisely. Protect them fiercely. Respect them deeply, because mornings are not just a block of hours on a clock. They are opportunities waiting to be seized. They are energy that fuels your entire day. They are self-respect, confidence, and the foundation upon which your future is built. When you start valuing your mornings, everything begins to change. You start to notice the difference in your focus, your energy, and your mindset. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. You stop drifting through your day and begin moving with purpose. Every moment before 10 a.m. is a gift, a chance to set the tone for the rest of your hours. And once you experience the power of a strong morning, you will realize that success, calm, and discipline are not things you wait for. They are things you build starting right now. On my channel, English Achievement, I teach you exactly how to take control of your mornings, build discipline, and transform your day into a series of victories. I show you step by step how to protect your focus, complete your most important work early, and start each day with momentum that carries you through everything that comes after. This is not theory. It is practice. It is a method proven by people who achieve extraordinary results simply because they respect their mornings and act before the world wakes. Your life is waiting for you. Your goals are waiting for you. Your best self is waiting for you. And it all begins with what you do before 10 a.m. Every sunrise gives you a fresh start. Every morning gives you a chance to take control. Don't waste it. Protect it. Nourish it. Own it. Because when you do, you will find yourself stronger, calmer, more confident, and more capable than you ever imagined. Remember, mornings are not just hours. They are your launch pad to a better life. Start today. Value your mornings. Finish your important work early. Take action now. and watch as your days, your discipline, and your life transform in ways you never thought possible. The future begins in the first hours of your day. Claim. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thanks for watching.